Welcome to Darkmind Investigations. For over 70 years, the FBI's 10 Most Wanted list has carried one powerful promise. If your name appears here, the world will never stop looking for you. Tonight, we are not just reading a list. We are opening case files. These are the 10 most infamous individuals to ever appear on the FBI's Most Wanted list, criminals whose names changed law enforcement, terrified nations, and redefined what it means to run from justice. This is the FBI's top 10 most wanted of all time, explained number by number, based entirely on historical truth. Let's start with number 1, Osama bin Laden. Bin Laden was not just a fugitive. He was a global symbol of terror. Placed on the FBI's most wanted list in 1999 for the bombings of U.S. embassies in Kenya and Tanzania. He later became responsible for the September 11, 2001 attacks, which killed nearly 3,000 people. His face became the most recognized fugitive image in history. For over a decade, the FBI hunted a man who lived without phones, without digital footprints, and without a fixed shelter. He wasn't captured by chance. He was found through patience, intelligence failures that were corrected over time, and a critical human error within his own circle. Bin Laden was killed in a raid in Pakistan in 2011. His removal from the list marked the most significant closure in FBI Most Wanted history. At number 2, we have Ted Bundy. Bundy shattered a dangerous myth that monsters look like monsters. He was intelligent, charming, and educated, and he murdered dozens of young women across multiple states, often pretending to be injured to lure his victims into a false sense of security. Placed on the FBI's most wanted list after escaping custody, Bundy was eventually captured due to a combination of witness descriptions, public recognition, and his own crippling overconfidence. Bundy proved that evil can wear a friendly face, a terrifying lesson that is still taught in criminal psychology classes today. Number 3 is James Whitey Bulger. Whitey Bulger was one of the most protected criminals in U.S. history, not by other criminals, but by corrupt law enforcement contacts. As a ruthless Boston crime boss, Bulger ordered multiple murders, controlled drug trafficking, and acted as an FBI informant, all while committing his own brutal crimes. When his exposure became imminent, he vanished for 16 years. His arrest came not through a violent takedown, but through public awareness campaigns that cleverly targeted his known lifestyle preferences and those of his companion. Bulger was later murdered in prison in 2018. Coming in at number 4 is Eric Robert Rudolph, a domestic terrorist. Rudolph bombed the 1996 Atlanta Olympics, abortion clinics, and LGBTQ venues. He was driven by a radical ideology and believed that violence was a justified tool to promote his beliefs. For 5 years, Rudolph evaded a massive manhunt by living in the dense forests of the Appalachian Mountains, completely off the grid and without any contact with the outside world. But his run from justice came to an end when hunger forced him into a small town to scavenge for food, proving that no ideology can defeat basic human needs. Number 5 is James Earl Ray, the man who assassinated Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. His story is unique because he is one of the very few fugitives to appear on the most wanted list twice. After being captured and convicted for the assassination, Ray managed to escape from prison, landing him back on the list. His case remains one of the most examined in American legal history, still surrounded by conspiracy theories, but legally, it was closed by his conviction. At number 6, we have Joaquin El Chapo Guzman. El Chapo wasn't just a drug lord. He was an international criminal CEO. As the leader of the infamous Sinaloa cartel, he escaped from maximum security prisons twice, using elaborate tunnels, widespread bribery, and brutal intimidation. He was responsible for moving billions of dollars in narcotics across the globe. His eventual capture required intense cooperation between U.S. and Mexican authorities, involving massive surveillance operations. El Chapo is now serving a life sentence in a supermax prison. Number 7 on our list is Leslie Isbin Rogg. Rogg is a critical example of why the most wanted list is so effective. He was a prolific bank robber who fled the United States and lived under various aliases abroad for years. His time as a fugitive ended in a surprising way. He surrendered after he was surfing the internet and saw his own face on the FBI's website. This case proved that the psychological pressure of constant exposure can be just as powerful as a pair of handcuffs. At number 8 is Donald Eugene Webb. Webb was wanted for murder and racketeering, and he managed to live under a false identity for 14 long years. He completely avoided capture until his death, making him one of the longest-running fugitives in FBI history. His case really highlights the limits of law enforcement before the digital age made it much harder for people to simply disappear and create a new life. Number 9 isn't one person, but a case that reshaped modern fugitive response: the Boston Marathon bombing. While only one of the two brothers, Johar Tsarnaev, survived to face justice, the manhunt for them introduced a new era of fugitive hunting. We saw citywide lockdowns, mass public cooperation with citizens sending in tips and videos, and real-time digital tracking. This was the moment the public truly became an active part of the investigation. Finally, at number 10, we have Thomas James Holden. Holden represents the early era of the most wanted list. Back then, the fugitives were often violent escapees and armed robbers' men who relied on physical distance, not technology, to evade capture. Holden's eventual capture symbolized the FBI's early success in combining media publicity, wanted posters, and nationwide alerts to corner a criminal. So why does this list matter? The FBI's 10 most wanted list isn't about celebrating fame or notoriety. It's about 3 powerful forces: pressure, exposure, and human weakness. Over time, every fugitive makes a mistake. No one can stay perfect forever. Every name on this list believed they could disappear. Some lasted for years. Some lasted for decades. But in the end, none of them truly escaped history. This has been Darkmind Investigations. If you value truth, depth, and real crime analysis, subscribe to our channel. Stay aware, and remember, you can run from the law, but you can't run from time. Thanks for watching.